Welcome to the Empower Show. My name is May Konuri. I'll be your host for this show, and I'm really excited because our purpose of the channel is to bring free enterprise and financial literacy back to America. So, we'll be talking about entrepreneurship, running your own business, as well as talking about products and services such as life insurance and annuities. You can get educated on the new things that are out there and how people are leveraging them to be able to enhance their life. So, the main purpose of this show is very educational and to inspire you. So, let's get into it. Before we talk about our product and services such as permanent life insurance, term life insurance, whole life, index universal life, duties, retirement planning, 401k rollovers, IRAs, living benefits, debt solution, I'd like to talk about myself and how I ended up in this industry and how I went from a human resources as a hospice to an insurance agent and building my own agency nationwide. As you may hear it in my accent, I'm an immigrant from Iran, not Iran, Iran. And I'm super excited to say that I moved here when I was 14 years old for the hope of better opportunities. My parents moved out here, and I'm super grateful for them because we know as immigrants, our parents have gone through a lot of language barrier, culture barrier, and all the difficulties they had to deal with to bring us here. So the pressure is on, meaning that as an immigrant, we've always had the pressure of doing better than our parents, just being a better person as a whole, getting a better job, better income, better family, just a better life overall. And I always thought that if I want a better life, I have to go to school, get a degree, get a good job, just like a lot of us are told when we move here. I wanted to be a dentist because as a Persian culture, accepted professions are dentists, engineers, lawyers, doctors, or running your own business. I didn't know how to run a business, so I decided to get myself into dentistry. After taking a few chemistry and physics class, I'll be honest with you guys, I actually could not get over those classes, so I decided to change majors. I had a very good friend of mine. He always tell me like, give me ideas on what I should do and all. And he always said, I see you dressed up in business, wearing a suit, wearing heels, dressing up, and just being a boss. And I just looked at him. I'm like, well, I don't know how to run a business. Let me get in human resources. I thought HR is where you get to pretty much, hire people, fire people, and kind of have a power of the business owner. Again, I did not know what it takes to run a business, guys, don't judge me. And I just knew that I get to act like a boss without having the responsibility. So I ended up getting my minor in human resources and my major was in women's studies. After graduating college, I had a lot of trouble finding a job. It took me a year and some change to be able to land the first job because we had no experience, obviously. And unfortunately, when you go to college, they sell you the dream on, hey, you're gonna graduate with this degree and make 70, 80,000 a year. And that wasn't a case for me at all. Because again, I had no experience. So I remember my high school teacher had seen my 1 year anniversary of my graduation on Facebook. And she decided to reach out and she's like, hey, I work at a hospice now as a consultant because she was going through the layoffs as a teacher, the pink slips that were happening in 2012 and 13. She had a consulting company to help hospices start up. So she told me about a startup hospice and she said that I will learn a lot, but the pay was very low, pretty much minimum wage pay. And I remember just looking at it like I have no other option. I need the experience, so let me get into it. It was a lot for me to learn. I actually didn't know what a hospice care was, and I was able to learn about it and learn about how start a business, how to start a hospice, how much money it takes, how much hiring, contracting, different contracts, different licensing that you had to go through. And I could pretty much start a hospice if I really want to, but that's not what we're here for. I actually ended up working there for 2.5 years and just being dissatisfied because the pay wasn't a lot and my office felt like prison. Nothing wrong with my office. It was just no windows, and I'm a bubbly, outgoing person, and it was very difficult for me to just sit in the office without any human interaction. For months, for and years, it was crazy. I would have nurses that would come and go. However, there wasn't a consistent person that I would interact with. My boss will come in once in a while, but that was more business as well. It was just different environment that I wasn't used to. So I was constantly looking for other HR jobs so I can get a better pay, maybe a better environment as well. And I remember going to so many interviews, just constantly getting rejected. And thank God, because I ended up in financial services through my cousin. My cousin came out from, Orange County. They were visiting us at a family gathering, and I remember my aunt looking at me and saying, "Hey, you should go congratulate your cousin. She just got licensed in life insurance, and she's really excited." So I remember going out to my cousin. I'm like, "Hey, cuz, congratulations! Tell me about it." And she was so excited. My cousin is 5 years younger than me, so at a time she was 19, 20 years old, and I was 26. And I remember just seeing her excitement, and I was so excited to see her in a new industry, and I was very impressed by her because just like her, I mean, we don't know math like that. She's not a math person. She's more of an artsy girl, and I was impressed. I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. So I ended up in the insurance industry in 2018, and simply knowing nothing about the industry and trusting that my cousin and the system of the company will get me to the next level. And that's exactly what happened. I've been in the financial service industry for the past 8 years, and I'm super excited about it because within a year and a half of the business, I was able to fully replace my income and be able to transition into this industry full time, which was one of the biggest mistakes I made doing it so early on. And we'll talk about that on a different episode. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to be able to run my own business and have the support of my family to be consistent with it. And here, this channel will be talking about the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, how to start it, how to go about it, but also financial literacy. I've learned about life insurance, and we've paid out death benefits to clients. We'll talk about them. However, my goal is to educate you on new type of life insurance does, how you can use it while you're living, what to do with your old 401ks if you don't know about money or you're not finance savvy to know what stock to put it on. I don't have the license to do stock market, but I'll tell you the other options that a lot of people are investing their money in through insurance vehicle and being able to grow money tax free. This will be a very educational channel where you'll be learning about finances and entrepreneurship. And I'm excited because in our next episode, we'll be talking about term life insurance policy and different ways you can use it and how you're able to use your death benefit while you're living with the new type of policy. So until then, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so you can get notified on the next video when it comes out. We'd love to have you on the channel. And also remember to leave a comment because I would love to get your opinions. I'm excited to see you guys on the next episode. Until then, be well.